Have you ever wondered if AI could one day become smarter than humans? I'm sure many of you have seen movies depicting killer robots intent on destroying humanity. But could this actually happen? Today we'll be discussing some chilling warnings from ex-Google executive Mo Gawdat about the very real dangers posed by advancing AI. But first, let's listen to what he has to say.
We've never created a nuclear weapon that can create nuclear weapons. The artificial intelligences that we're building are capable of creating other artificial intelligences. As a matter of fact, they're encouraged to create other artificial intelligences, even if there is never an existential risk of AI. Those investments will redesign our society in ways that are beyond the point of no return.
Gawdat isn't some random guy making wild predictions. He's an expert in the field who helped lead teams developing AI at one of the world's largest tech companies. So when he says AI is an existential threat bigger than climate change or COVID, it makes you sit up and listen. He predicts that by 2045, AI could be 1 billion times smarter than humans. Let that sink in, 1 billion times smarter. This isn't a linear increase, but an exponential one. In computer terms, it's like upgrading from a basic calculator to a supercomputer overnight. So, what happens when machines become exponentially smarter than us lowly humans? Well, according to Gawdat, it's game over. Once AI reaches a point he calls the singularity, where it can rapidly self-improve, things could spiral out of our control very quickly. For example, he warns that AI could figure out how to replicate itself across computer networks and seize control of critical infrastructure like power grids. If that happened, human civilization could collapse rapidly. How long do you think society would function without electricity, transportation, or the internet? Days? Weeks at most? And it's not just infrastructure at risk. Gawdat cautions that AI could see humans as inferior beings, comparing it to angry, uncontrollable teenagers. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want a moody, super-intelligent robot as my overlord. The threat isn't just due to malicious intent either. Gawdat explains AI could wipe us out by accident, like a giant trampling over an ant colony without noticing. He calls this the pest control scenario, which doesn't sound very appealing. Like, for example, Google's AlphaGo system taught itself to master the ancient Chinese game Go well beyond human capabilities in just a few days. So we know the technology is progressing much faster than anyone anticipated. And Gawdat stresses that AI is fundamentally different from any previous human invention or discovery. Its ability to recursively self-improve makes it extremely volatile and hazardous. He compares it to scientists working on the first nuclear weapons. They pressed ahead even realizing the dangers, thinking, if I don't do it, someone else will. Gawdat believes we're at a similar historical juncture with AI, which he calls the Oppenheimer moment. So that's clearly a very ominous warning about AI from someone who understands the subject deeply. Now you might be wondering, is it too late? Has Pandora's box already been opened? Well, Gawdat believes there's still hope if we act quickly. He says the window to regulate AI is rapidly closing, but remains open for now. However, the public needs to get engaged and pressure governments globally to restrict AI before it becomes uncontrollable. Gawdat proposes heavily taxing AI businesses, using the revenues to retrain displaced workers or develop safeguards confining AI. He stresses laws ensuring ethical, unbiased AI development aligned with human values. Individuals also must alter lifestyles to prepare for disruption, relying less on technology and strengthening bonds to maintain meaning. As Gawdat poetically states, we cannot sacrifice our humanity for convenience. Being constantly glued to screens erodes our essence. He spends 2 hours daily in nature finding meaning after his son's death. Gawdat now raises awareness so younger generations inherit a safe world. Stressing this requires personal accountability to spark dialogue on managing AI before it becomes an existential threat. So, what do you think? Is humanity under threat from AI in coming years? Do we need to curb progress, or can technology be handled responsibly? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to AI Talks for more information around AI.